Hi guys, this is Simeon here. We just came back from a family vacation that we took. The kids had a week off of school, so we actually took a trip down to Austria. It was quite a ways away, but we visited some friends and family that lived there. We had a really great time, and I'm going to show you some photos here. We came back to this windstorm. We got a lot of rain on the way home and wind gusts, and it's still very windy today. And today I'm just gonna go and fix part of the road that is really bad. I'm gonna fill in some holes with the gravel. The rain and weather has just washed out a bunch of the gravel road, and it's really bad for the school bus and for us to drive there. So stuff that needs to be done. One thing I wanted to talk about in this video is that we have a mole here that has gone nuts this winter because it has been the mildest winter on record. We have just been breaking, all the recorded temperature records for January and now February, just how mild it has been here. And so the ground is very soft, the ground is not at all frozen, and the mole has just had a pure paradise this whole winter season. And we see on so many places on our farm and on other places that the moles have really been digging and pushing the soil to the top. Now, permaculture, which we apply here on our farm, which means we basically don't want to disturb the nature, we want to work with nature instead of against nature. We try to mulch the garden, layer it, we don't till it. You might know this more under terms like no-till or no-dig. It's similar, not exactly the same, but basically it is not just that we don't till, it's not that we just don't dig in the garden, but permaculture is more of a complete approach to how you work with nature. And one aspect is that you look at all insects and all animals and all plants as having some kind of important job to do. So you would look even at a mole and say, that mole has a very important job to do in nature. I don't know if you're familiar with Mount St. Helens that blew up just some decades ago in Washington. and it left a complete wild landscape that people thought would just be destroyed for a long time. But there were creatures that lived under the earth that survived the volcano eruption, that started digging all these tunnels and pushed soil to the top, and they were a big part of recreating and healing that landscape and bringing fertility back to the surface. Now, one really interesting thing that I am observing, I'm standing here on our no-dig, no-till permaculture garden that we just mulch and layer. We don't turn it, we don't till it, and I see no mold here. This is the fluffiest, nicest soil on our farm because we take such good care of it and have mulched it for several years now. But not a single pile from the mold is here. And this just shows me, by just observing nature, I see that the mole is going where the hardest and toughest soil is. And that just shows me that the mole is there to aerate soil in nature that is too compact. That is where tunnels naturally work the best for the mole. And here the soil is so loose and so fluffy and so nice that he couldn't even build tunnels. It would just collapse on him. So in one video, like a couple years ago, I was broad forking my garden, and somebody said, well, nature doesn't broad fork. And you're absolutely right, but broad forking is mimicking what nature does with mice and moles who aerate the soil and build tunnels, for example. So, and all these shots that I've shown you here just now in this video, those are all spots that are very compact. We walk on it a lot, or we had the picks on some of that. We haven't come very far in the healing process, though that soil is not so well aerated and fluffy yet. At all those places, the mole is working to aerate the soil and helping us to create a healthier soil quicker. My chicken are just gonna come and they're just all gonna level these piles of dirt and gonna have this fruitful soil on top of the surface and create more fertility. So I just found that fascinating, just this observation that I did on the moles, and that is really a really good example to see how nature actually works, and when we as humans observe it and try to learn from it, we can really benefit from it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the audio is okay. It's really stormy. We have a lot of branches on the road. I hope no trees will down. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. Make sure to check out our website, swedishhomestead.com, and our Instagram and Facebook. Follow us there. And check out our new book that we posted on our website, The Self-Sufficient Homestead, a practical guide to creating extra revenue on a homestead. If you want to get into homesteading, that would be a very good start for you. So, thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
This book is going to focus on making money in the context of the homestead. There are a lot of other aspects of homesteading, but honestly, I think finances might be the biggest. Either people don't have the funds to get into homesteading, or they can't make it work financially long term and the costs eat them up. Starting a new life is hard. Making a better life is where most fail. In this book, I will help prepare you for this transition by giving you some reality checks, evaluating your life and dreams, planning for the transition, as well as give you some hands-on ideas for different revenue streams on the homestead.